Let's hope we get out of here by 8 o'clock tonight.
Not even try.
You missed that one, Paul. We were
Oh,
eight-
yeah,
we
yeah,
were
no,
here
no,
at 8
no,
o'clock.
yes, no, I Gail told me.
All right. Welcome to the September 4th meeting of the Raynham Conservation Commission. Paul, would you read us in, please?
All public hearings and meetings heard by the Raynham Conservation Commission on Wednesday, September 4th, 2019, at 5:30 PM in the Raynham Veterans Memorial Town Hall, Donald L. McKinnon Meeting Room, 558 South Main Street, Raynham, Mass., are relative to filings and joint hearings and/or meetings under Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, as amended, and the Town of Raynham Wetland Protection Bylaw.
All right, we're going to jump around a little bit here, waiting for our agent. We'll start with an issuance of an order of conditions for DEP file 269-0980-0 South Main Street, map 14, parcel 99-1, Deer Hill Development, LLC.
Chairman, as it was reviewed it, put in the special conditions in the back.
Yep.
And it should be all set.
Okay,
Okay, motion to issue order of conditions, DEP file 2690980, South Main Street, map 14, partial 99-1, Deer Hill Development.
Second?
motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. All right. Issuance of an order of conditions for DEP file 2690981, 0 South Main Street, map 14, parcel 99-3, Deer Hill Development, LLC.
Same thing with this one, sir?
Same thing with this.
Same with this one.
Special conditions we talked about
Yes.
are attached.
Yes.
Okay, motion to issue an order of conditions, DEP file 2690981, South Main Street, map 14, partial 99-3, Deer Hill Development.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. All right. Next up is a continued notice of intent for DEP file number 269-0986-0 South Main Street, map 14, parcel 99-2, Deer Hill Development, LLC. And we need a motion to close on this one.
This is one right here, okay. All right, notice to close the hearing, is that what you?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman? On DEP file 2690986, South Main Street, map 14, and this is parcel
99-2.
99.2, Development, Deer Hill Development, LLC.
Motion been made
Second?
and seconded to close the hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. All right.
Aye.
Now we're going to go with the issuance of an order of conditions for DEP file 269-986, 0 South Main Street, map 14, 99-2, Deer Hill Development, LLC.
Okay, motion to issue order of conditions, DEP file number 2690986, South Main Street, map 14, partial 99-2.
Second?
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Do you want to go down to
Yeah, I'm
accept the minutes?
Holding off on
Yeah, we
that.
gotta hold that one last.
Yeah. All right, in general business, did everyone get a chance to review the minutes from August 7th?
Motion to accept?
Motion has been made to accept the minutes from August 7th. Do I have a second? Second. Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
3, 2, 1, Paul abstained because he wasn't here. Oh, sorry. Any bills, Gil?
Yes.
Too bad.
Thanks for coming.
Let's not break up the decorum of the meeting, please.
Any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Correspondence?
Do the
Save this afterwards.
All right.
All right. Way of signing that. Back up to formal, continued notice of intent for DEP file 269-0965, New State Highway, Church Street, map 16, parcel 55, Dan Andre, Raynham Riverwalk, LLC.
Do you want me to pull maps out, or are you just gonna work with that?
Um,
You wanna work with that?
Yeah,
For the record, my name is Dan Aguirre, Senior Project Manager at SciTech Engineering, here this evening on behalf of the applicant. It's my understanding that the board has had a few different sessions of review of this in a couple of different meetings. It's my understanding that at the last hearing, the agent requested the ability to take some time to review a few things and make sure that all the orders were in order and all the conditions. I can back up a little bit and give you a little bit of a history lesson of where we're back at and where we're from. So I think since the last time that you may have reviewed this, a couple of small changes have been made in the development plan. I think we reduced the number of lots by 4 or 5 buildable lots. And again, if this has already been looked at and reviewed, I apologize, but I'm going back to when I last remembered. And the largest change that we made was, originally this was going to be a through road all the way out to Church Street. Through the planning board process and listening to some of those neighbors and those abutters, we were able to rework that with eliminating, if I can, this section of complete roadway.
here, I have a pointer if you want.
Nope,
That's
that's fine.
easier.
And then replacing that with basically a gravelled fire lane. We also, if you remember, in that location, there was an area for some boat storage. We removed that and put that also out near the clubhouse area, which is right out next to New State Highway. Beyond that, we do have a clean bill of health from JC Engineering, who was the planning board consultant. In his letter, he states that through his review, it's his opinion that we've met all the requirements for DEP stormwater management guidelines as recommended by the state. And then, so now we're back to you, requesting that you issue an order of conditions for the proposed construction activities shown on this set of plans. If you have anything specific in certain areas or any questions that you might need answered, I'd be more than happy to answer them for you.
Are you finished with planning?
At our last planning board hearing, we were denied the ARC approval. And Attorney Prophet can probably explain some of that a little bit clearer for you. We are entering into an appeal process with that permit. However, we are asking the board to move forward with what's presented to you.
Of course, if substantial changes are made, you'll have to come back again.
Absolutely.
and Start from the beginning with a new notice of intent, et
Completely
cetera.
understood.
Okay.
Yes.
If you, yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with ARC.
So, Attorney Ryan Prophet for the applicant, counsel for the applicant. At the last planning board hearing, an ARC requires both special permit and actually a site plan approval. The special permit was denied, and that is entering into an appeal process now. There was no action taken on the site plan approval, so that's been constructively approved. We do feel that going forward with you tonight is appropriate because if we're successful with the appeal, then there'll be nothing left to do and nothing more is going to change from this plan. It's going to be the same as it was when it was submitted to the planning board. We're here, I think, in July 10th. We submitted the plan for your review with the final few changes. I believe your consultant said that he just needed some time to write up his, any special orders of conditions. I didn't know if you had any more questions, but at this time, we're ready for your approval or, decision with regards to this plan.
Can you share the basis for the denial?
Sure. There were really two issues, which are matters of zoning more than they are for planning. It's kind of why we're under the appeal. There's a small section, I don't know if you can see it. So there's a small section back here that is in residentially zoned district, and the rest is in the business zone district. While there's going to be no building in the residential district, some of the lots were still being used for purposes of setbacks and area. Two of the members didn't believe that that was acceptable. So that was one issue. It was really more of a zoning issue than anything else. And then there was another issue with regards to the common driveway, whether or not it constitutes a common driveway or not. I think we've got some opinions from the zoning enforcement officer that it did comply. However, a couple of members of the planning board, again, didn't feel that it did comply. So those are really the two main issues that we're dealing with on the appeal of the special permit.
So my one question is, if those lots that are in residential instead of business, if you lose your appeal for those, how is it going to affect the overall project of the lots, the number of lots, the layout for the roadways or any of that?
So the denial of the plan was for the plan itself in total.
Okay.
It wasn't just for
It
those.
wasn't just for those lots? Okay.
Particular lots.
All
So
right.
the plan is as it is. If the appeal is successful, then the plan will be as it is tonight before you. If the plan is not successful, then the appeal is not successful, then it's not successful. But either way, with purposes of conservation, the plan is what it is at this point, and so we believe it complies with all your requirements. It got its blessing from JC, the review engineer, with regard to your requirements and storm water management. We are asking tonight for a decision because if we are successful, then everything just goes through and we're good, and we don't have to come back to you again to go over the same things that we're going over right now.
What's the timing of the appeal process?
Well, the appeal has to be filed within 21 days from the date that the certificate of
So
action.
you're not scheduled yet?
We have not filed. It was just recorded with the town clerk last Wednesday, a week ago today. So it's being put together right now.
All right, Azu, you're up.
Well, remember, we have so much time in between. So you all set with the ZBA?
We are all set with the ZBA. We received a variance from the ZBA with one of those particular zoning issues. So that's another issue for the appeal as to who kind of has jurisdiction over that particular issue, the ZBA or the planning board.
And the other thing, last time, a lot of the plans were not stamped and signed. And at the time, Mr. Joseph indicated that you were waiting for the planning board to endorse the plan, so it would be, but I guess with the denial with the planning board, you're not getting an endorsed plan from the planning board.
Right,
Well,
we can give you signed stamped plans from our office.
Right.
If that's what you mean.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, because the
Yeah.
plans that were brought in,
Sure.
only a couple of sheets were signed and stamped.
Okay.
All right, and the sheets that required the surveyor stamp were not
Yeah, they should all,
stamped.
they should all be stamped and signed. So again, before you actually, if you do decide to issue the order, I mean, we'll give you signed stamped plans so that you can reference them in the order.
I mean, I think we can draft an order for the commission. The only thing is that we have to be very mindful to note that you are aware of the fact that the necessary permit from the planning board hasn't been granted, and your order of conditions is not authorizing any start of work. So you gotta be clear on that.
Yeah,
Clear on that
it's not
aspect.
uncommon for one of the two boards to act first, so sometimes.
Well,
I mean,
why not wait for the appeal?
historically, we like to make sure that everybody's on the same page, so we're actually saving you money so you don't have to come back.
We understand. If it was a drainage issue that was in contention or something of construction nature, then I would clearly understand that. But when we're dealing solely with some zoning aspects, which we've gotten letters of, you're okay to move ahead, it was just two
Like I
planning board
said,
members.
the ball's on your court as far as that.
Correct.
We're just trying to make sure everybody's aware of.
Understood.
Yeah, so if you decide to approve it, they will have to come back. If there are any change, we have that standard
Yeah.
language anyway in every order of conditions that you issue, so.
Well, tonight we'd close and we have.
Right, yeah, you
21 days,
don't have anything to
Yeah.
issue right now.
Okay.
So you have 21 days after you close the hearing to issue a decision. Next meeting, I believe, is the 18th. That will give you plenty of time, anyway.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
No?
That's it, we
That's
appreciate
it.
your time.
Anybody in the audience? Questions, concerns? Nobody's phoning in for home? Anybody else from the board?
If you
No.
close the hearing, I recommend that you close it subject to receipt of the plans that we have before us, been signed and stamped.
Okay.
You know when I tell you you'll have them in the morning, you'll have them in the morning.
So I will entertain a motion.
Motion to close continued notice of intent, DEP file number 2690965, New State Highway, Church Street, map 16, parcel 55, Daniel Andre, Raynham Riverwalk LLC, subject to receipt of stamped plans as requested in this meeting.
Second?
Motion been made and seconded to close the hearing. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Gail, how many copies did you want?
3 sets.
3 sets? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right, next on the agenda is a continued notice of intent for DEP file number 269-0982, Lot 22, Paramount Drive, map 15, parcel 176-4L.
Good evening, my name is Dan Gagney with Beals and Thomas from 32 Court Street in Plymouth. I'm here on behalf of ATG Land Holdings on this continued hearing for a notice of intent for this project at Lot 22 Paramount Drive. We last met back at the beginning of August. You guys did not appear to have an opportunity to review the plans. Is there for some time to take a look and provide a letter?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you just speak up, please?
Certainly. So this project is, we discussed it again at the beginning of August. It's you may be familiar with it from what was located off of New State Highway. We have relocated that project to the Paramount Drive Business Park. There were some concerns that the owner could not resolve with the town, so they have abandoned the work there and moved on to this location. With this moving to this site, the project size has reduced in scale a bit to fit this parcel. So now we're looking for a 28,500 square foot truck service and warehouse facility. We're going to have some work associated with the parking and the stormwater drainage within the 100-foot buffer zone. The total parcel area for this site's about 16 acres, and our total development is about 4 acres. Since our last meeting, we've met with the planning board. They have and worked with their peer review engineer to make some revisions to the plan. We have not submitted revised plans to you yet. We're waiting comment from the conservation agent. The revisions that were provided to the planning board were to provide emergency shut-off gates at the infiltration basins and to provide plantings of New England conservation mix between the stormwater basins and the limit of work at the bordering vegetated wetland.
Mr. Chairman, I have two issues. Number one is the 25 foot. They're not meeting the, that's something that will be up to the commission whether they want to grant that 25 foot waiver or not.
Okay.
So that's really not a technical.
So this parcel was created prior to your bylaw, so I believe it is exempt from the 25-foot.
But they still have to vote to waive that if they so choose. You know what I'm saying? That may be a basis for that, but it doesn't affect technical design wise. If they say no, then you gotta move your contours. But you know, I don't remember Dan last time that we discussed this. If I asked you that question, then forgive me. The test pits. It didn't do any test pits in the on the locations of the.
Yes, we did do test pits in each of the infiltration basins.
Who witnessed this?
They don't need to be witnessed as they're for stormwater.
Yeah, we usually, no, not from the Board of Health, but we usually like to see that when they, because when you did the other one, we did witness that.
No, we did not have to witness test pits at that site as well.
On the other, I had your guys come out when we looked at the BVW.
To confirm the wetland lines, yes, but not for the test pits themselves.
I don't remember that.
You mentioned the 25-year touch. Where would that fall on this plan? We're having a tough time seeing it here.
So we don't show a 25-foot no touch because this project is exempt from it.
Well,
Here's
let's,
the BVW, 25 feet off this, along this area, it's in the, look at this side. "25 feet, let's see, so we've got, it's gonna run just on the edge of the grading
okay.
for our infiltration basins.
So what's your closest point to the 25? Are you within 10 feet, 8 feet?
Oh, to make things work, we are very close in this area with existing path. It's coming up almost to the edge of the BVW. Majority of the site is about 10 feet away between the BVW
Okay.
and our limit of work.
Okay. Except for that one area?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, they're right up.
Yep. Okay.
All right, anything else, Azu?
I'd like to see those test pits on the plan.
Test pits are located,
On the, sorry, on your details there. I'm looking for the cross section of the basin, which is over here, but I don't see the groundwater elevation, the 10, as we require, the storm events, you know, your peak elevations.
There's no neighbors in
The bottom elevation of the basin, so on sheet number, I believe, site
Too
details
concerned about the
2,
25.
C 3.2.
so you're looking for the peak elevations of the stormwater in the basins? That's
Yeah,
included in our
10.
stormwater management report.
Yeah, but it's, we require that on the plan then. You, and then also, last but not the least, if the commission, I think we made similar comment before, if the commission is approving a plan, then we want to make sure that when they write orders, they refer to a plan that are very specific. This plan is saying for permitting only. Is that implying that it's not the same that they're going to use for construction?
Correct.
need to
Well,
see.
yeah, you want to, so they're approving, they're gonna give approval for the work that is gonna be done.
So
I've
there's
always
a difference
been,
between permitting level drawings and construction level drawings. Construction level drawings will take what you permit for this, and we will increase the level of detail so that when they go out and build it, they have the detail they need to build it.
right, so if we go in on the inspection and the plan that we have doesn't show what they're building and we're arguing out in the field, wait a minute here, you're building not the way it's shown on the plan. So we wanna, so when we approve a plan, we always tell the contractor, have the plan of approved plan on record at the job site, along with the order of conditions. So if they have two different documents, that's a problem. I've always, if you remember all the time that we've had that situation with Cumberland Farm, that was the same issue. That it's either this is what you're approving, or that's not what you're approving. You can't write an order of conditions for a project.
For conceptual.
Yeah, we gotta be approving what is they're gonna be using for construction. So that when we go out there, we can enforce the terms of the approval.
I don't know if I completely agree with you on that, because the level of detail that you include in a construction set is for bidding and construction. So anything that we show here for grading or basins or structures, that type of thing, is what what we're going to install.
Yeah, then I will
But-
take up, then whatever we're approving, take out the phrase for permitting only.
I cannot do that for liability sakes, because this cannot be built without additional detail.
Well, then, then the commission shouldn't approve the project without the additional detail. How can you be approved, how can you be approving
have to have
something
all the
that
details.
says, this,
This,
so if they go out, if somebody goes out to inspect the project, and they've got these plans, because this is what the order of conditions is based on, and the contractor says, I'm sorry, this is what I'm working with, how do you reconcile that?
again, anything that we change from this plan, we would have to come before you for a change. What I'm saying is, the contours, the basins, the elevations, the inverts, that's all gonna stay the same. What we're gonna do is provide additional detail for the contractor so we can install. It's standard engineering practice to have a 75% permit drawing that we bring before the boards.
I disagree with that, our notion of standard engineering practice, that's not correct. That's not a correct statement.
Now, beyond that, is there any other not construction, but any other comments you have on the design for this project?
No, actually, the reviews that you had with the planning board was fine, other than the three items that I just mentioned. On the details, I want to see the soil profile, showing the groundwater,
Yep.
showing the, the 10, 10, 50, and 100 year, 2, 10, and 100
Okay.
peak elevations. And then the test pit and the maximum groundwater, your seasonal high groundwater. And then the commission needs to decide, which I tend to agree with the applicant, that the site existed. I mean, this subdivision was done way back before you adopted the bylaw and the local regulations.
It'd still be
And
nice
that-
if they could adhere to that.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying.
But there are no
that is-
residential areas
that is
here,
the-
so I'm not too
My
concerned.
point of that is, if you grant the waiver,
Yeah.
that would be your basis so that you are not being arbitrary. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You make that finding.
Yeah, we did keep as far away from the
Yeah, understood.
DPW as
Yeah.
possible, but again, there's some places where it juts out that we could not work around, unfortunately, to be able to meet the stormwater standards.
No, I'm not opposed to that. Is there a problem getting the plans that Azu's asking for?
Now, to have these as,
Sorry.
again, it's not a typical thing for us to provide plans to permitting agencies that are construction level. It is something that we can look into, but it's not something that I can just agree to, because As I've said, the additional detail that we have to provide for construction level includes specifications, it includes a significant number of additional details that don't really fall into the purview of permitting. Like colors of fences and things like that. I will add that the planning board and their agent have, their peer review have reviewed the plan and had no issues with the permitting only.
Are you done with planning at this point, or do you still need to go back?
We are meeting with them tomorrow evening. We have a couple of minor concerns, but we anticipate closing the hearing tomorrow.
Just the one comment, I'll go back to the wetland line. I would probably like to see some markings that after construction's over, people aren't continuing into the wetlands and keep moving out. So have some signage at a few intervals along the areas that are up close to the grading lines.
Okay. Is that something that you guys typically include as a condition of approval?
Yeah, we do, a lot of times.
We would have no problem.
And we'll probably just mark out what areas, where you're close, we'll map it out, that flag number.
Something we could certainly work with a zoo with in the field where he wants it,
Yeah.
if that helps you.
All right, any other questions from the commission? Audience, anybody from the audience, any questions? All right,
With that, I would like to request a continuance till September 18th here.
Mhm.
okay, can I have a motion?
Yes, please.
Okay, where are we?
Motion to continue notice of intent, DEP file number 2690982, lot 22, Paramount Drive, map 15, parcel 176-4L.
Second?
Motion been,
Right, part of the discussion on the motion, probably want to give them an indication as how the commission feels about waiving that at 25 foot. So that we have to address it then, but if you're given that, then they don't need to address it. Thank you.
So should we grant that waiver now?
Well, I will
as
give them
opposed
an
to-
indication, you can make that if you feel, if you kind of feel that you're inclined to give that waiver, then when we draft the order of conditions, we can reflect that the commission finding that, for this reason, finds that granting the waiver, it's not taken away from the intent of your regulations and the bylaw. But at least you give them a sense that you'll,
all right, how about we do it this way? I don't have a problem waiving the 25-foot no-touch as long as, we can have some assurance that nothing will go beyond that via signage. Bill, I think
Yeah.
you've spoke that way,
Yes, okay, yeah.
so I would think that the board would grant that waiver come time for issuance for the
Okay.
no-touch. All right, so we have a motion on the floor to continue to September 18th.
And seconded.
And seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
All right, thank you for your time.
All right, next up is issuance of an order of conditions for DEP file number 269-0984, Raynham Preserve Sewer Extension, Bayberry and Rams Head Road. Yes, take a 2-minute break here.
Do we temporarily recess, I guess?
2-minute recess.
Yeah, yeah.
Cameras on.
wanted to make sure. Sorry about that. All right, so we have an issuance, an order of conditions for the DEP file 2690984, Raynham Preserve Sewer Extension, Bayberry, and Ram's Head. Paul, you were absent at last meeting,
Yes.
so we had a vote of 2-1, 2 in favor, 1 negative, but it was a 3-member quorum that night, so the motion carried.
Okay.
So,
So you need a motion.
I need a motion.
Motion to issue order of conditions, DEP file number 2690984, Raynham Preserve Sewer Extension, Bayberry and Rams Head Road.
Second.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to issue an order of conditions for DEP file 2690984, Raynham Preserve Sewer Extension, Bayberry, and Ram's Head. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Actually,
You can't sign it, right?
no. Paul, you're gonna sign it?
No.
No? All right, then I'll sign it.
You in the motion, right?
Yep. All right, I mean, you voted, but,
Well,
okay,
You voted to issue, but
yeah,
all
you
right.
didn't vote on them.
I didn't vote on the issue. I think that's right.
You're here just for that?
Yeah, just.
Okay, all right.
In the event there was any.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
In the event there was anything.
Yeah, okay, all right. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, site visits.
And the site visits that I did was inspections. For cell fences, new state highway, the project on the Broadway, on the right-hand side, that Nick Ayafridi built, the drainage basin. I met with him, he called me to meet with the contractor. We just couldn't agree to the time and date. Let me look up I know the site, but hold on.
Where on Broadway?
On Broadway, if you go past the skyline,
Yeah.
it kind of diagonally on the right side, the 2-story building. It's commercial with the parking on the side. They did an addition in the back.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, the newer building.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like hairdresser in front.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
okay, all right.
Okay, so the drainage basin, it's lower than the wetlands. So it's not draining.
Okay,
Okay, which means that it will be a mosquito breeding ground. The regulation says that a drainage basin is supposed to drain within 72 hours of rainfall.
all right, go back to that. I don't think we ever got an order, request for a certificate of compliance on that.
Well, no, he called me for that purpose. We
Oh,
can't
that's
give-
what he's calling you
Right,
for? Oh,
so
okay.
we can't give you a certificate because you're not in compliance.
Yeah, because I mean, that was, God, this could be 3 or 4 years ago now that was done.
Yeah, he called. And there was got stuff growing in it, and you can see the water sink going in, not going anywhere. Now they have the opportunity to even raise it 2 feet and still be below the parking. Because they didn't build catch basins, they made everything sheet into the basin.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And then I looked at for the preserve lot 14, the one that we did a determination of applicability.
Yep.
We wanted them to do erosion control and be inspected and certified before they could start work. And Gail was on vacation, so I reviewed the.
Yeah, I mean, I got those, but I didn't get the email.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it, so
Yeah,
I figured you'd call me. if you
so
needed
that's,
help.
but that's
Yeah.
what that was all
Okay,
about.
all right.
So those 3 locations.
Okay,
And then, of course, we reviewed the orders of conditions after we had looked at the sites
Yeah.
and drafted them, so.
okay.
Okay.
All right, anybody else got anything? Paul,
Motion to adjourn?
motion been made to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.